Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Shadow, aka the Frozen Shadow Collector. Welcome to another Disney-related video on my channel. So, for today's video, guys, we're going to talk about something interesting. The status of Tiana has changed on the US store, and the status for Mulan has changed recently, too. So, we're going to talk about that stuff. We're going to talk about what's causing this, and what we should expect for the future shipping for limited edition dolls, and all of that good stuff. So, if you guys are excited for that, be sure to hit that thumbs up down below, hit that sub button for more content in the future. Without further ado, let's head on right into it. Alright, so I think we got an explanation as to why they decided to show both Tiana and Aurora super early. We'll get to that in a few minutes, but let's just get to this. So Mulan is currently on back order. I don't know how long she's been on a back order for. I just noticed it this morning on the 21st, 10 a.m. EST time. So I don't know how long this has been on back order for, but she's on back order. And then for Tiana, her status changed to a pre-sale and was originally just available on the 1st. So I pulled this up just to compare it so you know I'm not lying. This is my previous YouTube video. So it did change. It will 100% change. And we'll refresh this just to make sure that it's still. And what do you know? It's still pre-sale for the 1st. So Tiana may in fact be a pre-order, and I think this explains why the UK still hasn't announced the release date for the Mickey and Minnie doll or Tiana. The reasoning for that, I think, is because of the Chinese New Year that's coming up, and I don't think Shop Disney planned for that very well, or at least not well enough for it to prevent any delays. So I was doing some research on this, and apparently there are some cargo from Chinese manufacturers. If you guys didn't know, these dolls are made in China, saying that there is like a surge of ships trying to go to the ports of California or places in the U.S. to deliver the goods. So things are gonna be on back order for a while. My guess is as to how this works is that the stock for Tiana was shipped ahead of time, but they were still suffering from the Christmas rush relay delays, so it didn't get there fully on time. That's why we're going at pre-sale, because now we're heading to Chinese New Year, where it makes it everything even worse. So that's my assumption as to why it's now pre-order, because it might be a week or so until the stock actually hits the warehouse for the US. For the UK, I'm assuming they just didn't plan that well at all, because even though the UK is technically on the same like continent as China, so here's China and here's the UK, so they're not going to just ship it through all of these countries just to get to the UK. They're gonna have to ship it some way around, whether it be this way and all the way around here or all the way around up here. So they're not gonna do it through land, obviously. So it's gonna be a much more delay for the UK to get the limited edition dolls, unfortunately. So that's my guess as to why they haven't announced the release date for Mickey or Minnie. I'm assuming when they do and it does show up on the UK store, it is gonna be pre-orders because the shipments from China are gonna be like very, very like clustered. Like it's gonna be a huge surge on the port, so it's gonna take a while. So it would not surprise me whatsoever if they do end up being a pre-order on the UK store. For the US, they did go up today. I'm pretty sure it just went up normally. Let me just confirm that real quickly. I personally didn't get them, so I honestly don't know. Yeah, they're there. So my guess is they already had this in stock for, or at least the shipment arrived like weeks ago, which makes sense because towards the beginning of this month, this thing was already revealed in stores. So it's not really a shock to me that this is like releasing on time. I'm sure it's gonna also see back order when the current stock is gone and they still have like a few hundred more maybe to go out to the actual port. So yeah, it's kind of like one of those things. Like this will be on back order. I no doubt about it. I don't think they got all the shipment in for this to arrive for the US, but I think most of it did show up. So this most likely will end up being on back order too, like how Mulan is. It's quite interesting how this works. The Chinese New Year really fucks up everything, at least when it comes to shipping, because that's pretty much where most of everything comes from. Like, I guarantee you, most of the things that you own is either made in China, Taiwan, or some other third world country. Like, it's insane, but the majority of it is China, without a doubt. So yeah, the Chinese New Year lasts about 16 days, but the surge in shipping will probably be until the end of February that it's gonna be sorted out. Like it might not even be until March 1st where it's all sorted out, or even later, because not everyone who originally worked for these shipping companies in China go back to their jobs because apparently during this time frame it is the prime time to change their jobs. So it might even be a further delay than that. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know what probably will happen and keep you all informed as to what's going on with these. Because to me now it makes sense as to why they show Tiana and Aurora super early. It's because they were preparing for the surge and back order of the stock shipments, so that people know, hey, look, this is what you're gonna be getting soon. So don't fret on the delay in shipping. It'll come. Just be patient. That's what this says to me. For the UK, I don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I really don't know what they're doing, but it won't surprise me whatsoever that when the Mickey and Minnie Mouse Valentine's doll does come on the shop, or the Tiana doll goes on the shop, it's gonna be 100% pre-orders, unless they somehow get their stock shipments into their warehouses. I don't see it not being pre-orders, personally. But you guys let me know what you think of all this. Honestly, I think this is a little new for Shop Disney. I don't know when the last time where we got a shipment around, or a limited edition doll around this time. The only ones I could think of are the Minnie Mouse dolls, but they probably had those stock shipments in way early to prepare for that, and they didn't have like a monthly doll release date. So that's probably why as to this is kind of happening now. Alright, so in 2020 there was something in February for the 15th, and that was the Cinderella 70th anniversary. But again, they probably had this prepared like well in advance, because before that, the only other doll they had going was the Tiana 10th anniversary. So it kind of makes sense to me as to why this came out on time rather than pre-orders. And in 2019, was there even anything in March? Okay, there was, but once again, they probably had it in well before that, because Mary Poppins came up for sale on Disney Shop for. It makes sense because this came out like a month beforehand, so this probably was already well into the warehouses beforehand, and then they got this prepped up and ready. So my point is they've been preparing for Chinese New Year, but it's kind of different this time around because they're doing a monthly designer dolls instead of like something like every 2 months or every 3 or 4 months. So it's probably why it's been affecting it this time around. And they try to like, and my guess is they try to prepare for that by showing off the dolls early, Tiana, Aurora, and try to get their stock shipment in early. But I guess they didn't get it early enough because we're at pre-sale here, and I'm assuming Aurora will also be a pre-order unless they get the surge in shipments sorted out before her scheduled release date, whatever that is, whether it be the 1st of March or it'll be like 13th of March, whatever it is. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think of all this. It's pretty interesting to me how one one country's holiday can affect everything. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see y'all next time.